Hey guys, Lex here, and today we have a very quick video. It's just a smaller change in 0.5 that I think some Shield Warrior players may have missed and is something I wanted to highlight for you guys. Just off the bat, this does assume you're using Bone Shatter to level, so I can understand if you click off this video if you don't like that style of clearing and leveling. But to that, I'd say you're crazy. How can you pass up that skill sound design? Anyways, one of the smaller puzzles for players has always been how to quickly and consistently prime groups of mobs for stun so that we can make bone shatters happen as often as possible and shoot out as many shockwaves as possible. The puzzle shows itself in trying to use things like base strike or rolling slam to prime things for stun, though I do think Wooly was the first one that came up with the animation cancel style version to prime groups for stun with rolling slam, and I think that technique likely may have been buffed since rolling slam is a bit faster now. So that's another route you could go, but I found that there's usually some unreliability when it comes to priming mobs for stun with either rolling slam or mace strike, since a large portion of that relies on how hard your weapon is hitting, and you might have to fiddle around with sockets like stun 1 or rapid attacks 1 to make it feel efficient. So what am I getting at? Well, GGG with the 0.5 update actually moved a support gem down a tier, which can be a big deal, and here they moved Brinkg 1 down from a level 2 support gem down to a level 1. And if you don't know what Brinkg does, it gives a socketed skill a bit of extra stun buildup, but prevents it from ever heavy stunning targets it hits. But yeah, the move down from level 2 to level 1 support gem is actually huge here, since you could socket this so early as your first support gem if you wanted. And I mean, I think I would recommend that at this point if you want to Bone Shatter to clear, as now Raise Shield's Shield Bash is probably the most reliable stun primer in Act 1 and a good bit into Act 2. Before 0.5, the Shield Bash in Act 1 consistently dealt too much stun buildup. You'd honestly just outright heavy stun mobs on the first Shield Bash most of the time, something I learned when I was doing my insane hardcore solo self-found challenge run where I was using nothing but that Shield Bash. Man, there were some nightmarish boss fights during that one. But now in 0.5, we can socket Brinkg 1 into Raise Shield as early as Clear Fell. And well, this is absolutely the most reliable and consistent way I've come across to Bone Shatter groups in Act 1. Unlike Mace Strike, Rolling Slam, or similar methods, the Shield Bash is more reactive. You can't just whip it out whenever. You have to have an enemy hit you first, so I guess that's like a potential downside. But once you get used to it and you get a feel for a few different monster animations and when they'll hit you, it doesn't feel like it's much of a limitation at all. And I mean, I might be biased since I've had a ton of practice, but I genuinely think this is the way to go for shield builds looking to Bone Shatter clear. You may have to pay a little attention to your stun buildup, but I'd recommend just socketing Raise Shield with Steadfast once you get a support gem to do so, which gives you a bunch of stun threshold while channeling your block. And on top of that, GGG actually buffed, or fixed a bug, I guess, where the stun meter from Raise Shield and Resonating Shield was not emptying fast enough after you stopped channeling them, so you can dump your stun build up a lot easier now. One consideration about this method is to avoid Thorns rolls. Sorry, Cal, but Thorns will sometimes ruin this method of clearing because Shield Bash socketed with Brinkg 1 will literally fill up monster heavy stun bars to the maximum, and if they hit you when their stun meter is this full and you have some Thorns on your gear, they'll just heavy stun themselves from the Thorns damage, and you'll just miss the prime for stun part you need for the Bone Shatter shockwave. So ideally you wouldn't have any Thorns in your gear, but it's not like a make or break situation. If you have Thorns in your gear, you'll just have to hit those prime for stun targets a little faster with Bone Shatters before they stun themselves. Anyways, that's it for this one. I really quickly just wanted to throw that recommendation out there to you guys who want to play the latest patch and haven't gotten around to it yet, or maybe you're still in the campaign, or just anyone interested in making a shield warrior. I do think this is one of the best ways to clear in Act 1 and even a bit into Act 2, but I think once you can socket Resonating Shield with a level 2 support gem, stun 1, it becomes the better way to prime targets for stun, but sometimes Raise Shield socketed with Brinkg is still the way to go. I'm still using it even in Act 3 against the larger mobs that have super high stun thresholds, so this method of clearing will stay relevant long into the campaign. Also, I've seen newer players to this day saying that leveling a warrior feels clunky in Act 1 or that it feels miserable. This video is for you guys. Try this combo out and things might feel a lot less clunky once you get the flow of shield bashing and bone shattering down. It's a good one. It takes a little getting used to, but once you get it, you'll just be clearing in no time. Thanks for watching, everyone. I will see you in the next one, which will likely be a build update of some kind as I'm cruising through with my Smith of Katava, and I'm going to hit maps tonight. Please, again, check the MOBALYTICS links below in the description box of this video for 3 Shield Wall League starter builds I plan on playing. That's right, I'm going to be making and playing 3 different Shield Warriors this league and updating the guides below, so keep an eye on them, favorite them, and all that good stuff. But yeah, that's going to be it. I've been really enjoying this playthrough. Great job with the quality of life stuff in the campaign, GGG. Great updates so far. Take it easy, guys.